In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, on our mooring in Luperon, we replace our missing windex and use a borescope to locate the obstruction blocking our wind instrument wire inside the mast. Small jobs require imagination, so we put ours to work mounting our new Weber barbecue on the back rail. If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel.
Is it recording right now?
Yep, sure is.
I'll take all the tools at once.
What are we doing today, Captain Dave?
Going up the mast. We have to replace the windex that broke off, especially because our wind direction doesn't work on our instruments. Okay. Nice view. As I suspected, that bolt or stud or whatever it is won't come out, so we're gonna have to drill a new hole. Yeah. Trying to reach stuff by touch in the bag is difficult when you have damaged nerves in that hand and you can't really feel what you're reaching for, you know? But done. So we borrowed a borescope from a friend of mine. We're going to try and have a look down the mast to find out what's stopping our wiring from going down the mast. Whether it'll reach the phone, I don't know. So a borescope is just a camera on a wire with a light, so we can shove it down the hole and have a look at what's down there and hopefully not get it stuck. I don't know what the range is on it. All right. So it's not connected. Okay, we're out of range. Shutting it off, bring me down.
We weren't able to fish the new wind instrument wires down the mast. Something is blocking the channel. That's why the wire is taped to the outside of the mast. We hope the borescope will show us the problem.
Down. Down. You can let it go. Thank you.
Welcome.
connected. Keep checking this as I go up and see if you lose connection. The extremely fragile piece of gear I'm installing is here. A little bit more. Good. Can you see in there? How's it look? You can't see anything? That's no good. Okay. Well, I was hoping. That's scary when you're holding that little screw up there and you're trying to thread the thing together, knowing that if you drop one or the other, you're done. We're going to start a new project today, and it's not a big boat project per se. It's just a daily living kind of thing. I just want to show how ridiculous it is to try and do anything on a boat, because everything becomes so much more complex. We're going to replace our barbecue. We've had 4, I think, Magnum barbecues. We were given our last one from a very good friend of ours, and we got as much time as we could out of it. But Magma barbecues, although they're made for a boat, they rot. They just fall apart. Not the outside casing so much, which is stainless, but the burners rot, the grills rot. They're not well made. So, and yeah, sorry Magma, they're just not. So what we did is we bought a good Weber barbecue. I had a Weber before. This is a Q1200, and I absolutely loved it. And it lasted, as far as I know, it's still in use by the person who has it now. And I love the grills. I like everything about it. It's a really nice barbecue. So the old one sat here, the Magma. Now originally our barbecue sat on this rail, which was swung out around here, and I think there's earlier videos showing that. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. That took up a ton of room here coming in and out off the boat, and it was a Magma on it. We went through 2 or 3 of them that rotted. So what I did is we got the Weber, and the last Magma we had was here. The last 2 were right here, and they were bolted to this rig, and they were bolted to this shelf bracket, and they were bolted to this board, which was supplied by a friend of ours. This is marine plywood, so it should be fine once I rip all the old hardware off. We did not use the right size clamps, so the clamps have to come off. This bracket has to come off, because this whole barbecue, because it's not a boat barbecue, the lid doesn't open right over top of the barbecue. It swings way back, so we have to bring the barbecue forward and mount it further ahead, but we can't be too far, because then we lose our traffic area here. And we can't be too far back, because then we can't get the lid open, so we're gonna kind of split the difference. That's how complicated it is just put a barbecue on a freaking boat. We bought a new steel shelf bracket. It's very heavy. New clamps to clamp the board so that it doesn't wobble all around. And then we're gonna move this further out on this rail to give us a little bit more room. Oh, and buying starboard and stuff, hideously expensive. Using wood, it's gonna rot. Marine plywood will take longer to rot, it's still gonna rot.
And what do we have, Captain?
So we bought a commercial cutting board, big enough to bolt the barbecue to, and that's our plan. So it's very rigid, it's plastic, it's not gonna rust. It's gonna attach here once we've got all the new hardware in place, and that's gonna bring the barbecue out to about here to give some room for the lid to open. Let's get started on this. Step 1, old bracket removed. The other trick is not to drop the hardware overboard.
Stop.
We bought new stainless steel hardware. See, the original nuts and bolts were 316 stainless, and you can see that they're still not completely corroded out. First couple of steps are done. We've replaced the clamps with new clamps, and these clamps are stainless and they got a rubber bushing on them so they don't slide. Now luckily, and that's just a fluke, I didn't plan this, but I'll take the credit. This clamp, the way it bolts up, aligns with the bolt holes in the bracket, which means I don't have to drill any more holes in this. Now, one clamp, one bracket by itself, not gonna be super stable, but we're gonna move this out further and then we're gonna bolt across the whole thing. This is just a fishing rod holder. There was 4 of them that came when we bought the boat. See, there's one in place right there. And this is an adapter that Magma sells to bolt onto the fishing rod holder. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna bolt the cutting board across this. And I'm gonna bring it out as far as I can without losing too much space so that the lid will open on the barbecue. And we're gonna bring it over this way, which costs us a little bit of seating back here, but because of the way the fishing rod holder extends over the seat, don't really have that much space there anyway. So the next step, because this is all tight, is to sit the barbecue on it and see what we've got for space.
Yeah, right there.
By mounting it higher like this, I can go back more.
Because it fits in the dome fits in there. Look at that, right there. That's it, that's as far as you get.
I think that's where she goes. Now, in fairness, when I was talking about the Weber barbecue, obviously we've used it a few times and need to clean it out a bit. This burner will also rot, like the Magma one does, but the Magma one is hideously expensive, like over 50 bucks. This is like 9. I'm actually gonna order one and just keep a spare. Okay, so no matter how much you plan, shit happens. I don't have enough of the right size hardware to use all 7/16 everywhere, but now that I think about it, I'm thinking I'm going to use these smaller ones that I took out of the old board, the old clamps, and use it to bolt the legs down. That way I can drill a lot smaller hole in this plastic flange. So what I'm going to do is drill down through these feet in all 4 legs and see if I can get it to mount. And of course it's on a cushion of some sort. I'm gonna have to squish that. So I don't know, should I go here? There's not much there. I think here is where it's got to go, just to the inside of that cushion. But how do I mark where I'm gonna drill it on the board? See, there's no way of putting the washer down after, so I have to start it in the hole with the washer underneath, then screw the whole thing down past the lip of the leg. Well, there is a tricky part to this. We got to it. And it is bolting the legs down from the inside. You see that screw there? Well, you can't get on top of it to tighten it. You can't get on top of it to do anything really. So I eyeballed everything and I think I got it lined up pretty good. Speaking of looking pretty good, hi. So I just got one more to do, but what you've got to do is you've got to put the bit in the nut, or sorry, in the screw. This is why I wanted to use nuts, but it ran out. And then you hold it in place with a wrench, which I can't do while I'm holding the screwdriver. And you got to use the open end because you got to kind of jam it in there. So I got one more left to do. And then this is done. I just got to tie this back out of the way.
Okay.
It's going to try and turn. it.
Okay.
Should bolt it down.
Cool.
It's got a little bit of flex in it.
That's fine.
But I do have 2 more bolts I can put in this.
But I mean, like, we're hitting the waves and stuff, it should be fine.
We reused the stuff we took out. We put in some that's new.
Here, you want to open that up? Grab one.
It just sits on it.
Just try not to get black marks all over me.
Yeah.
Like I did.
We have to sweep up the mess, but that's a finished installation.
That is
Put away all the
awesome.
hardware.
Look at that. And it opens. We were worried that it was going to bang against there, but because we lifted it up, it's enough that there was enough room for this dome shape to go behind. So we can open it right up. That's awesome.
There's all kinds of room in the back.
Yeah. It's definitely not going to go for a walk.
No. That takes some work to get that back off of there.
There it is. There she is.
All right, that finishes that one. On to the next one.
Is it time to barbecue, babe? Such the guy thing. Pop that up. Hot dog on. Pop this back down. So how long do we cook for? Until they're done?
Until they're done.
Ah, so this is on? All good to go? There are some days I just want to come at you. Hot dogs today for lunch on the new Weber barbecue. We finally got the thing installed.